Welcome, everyone. Being 5:15 on Tuesday, June 24th, 2025, I call the Economic Development Committee meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call has been taken?
Yes.
Okay. I would entertain a motion to adopt the agenda for this evening.
Second.
Motion made by April, seconded by Bill. Any comment? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Agenda is adopted. I would entertain a motion to approve the May 27th, 2025 meeting minutes as presented in the packet.
Motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Motion is made by Tim, seconded by Colton. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Minutes are approved. Okay, for public comment, please come up to the microphone and provide comment on anything else other than feedback on the Avangrid public hearing held later in the agenda. Any public comment? Any public comment? Hearing none. Next agenda item. I'd like to introduce New London's grant writer, Peyton Lenhier.
April, can we get Peyton maybe come in your chair? So
Yep, do you want me to go to the microphone otherwise? We can switch up.
There, either or.
I can do this too.
That'll work.
I'm Peyton Lenhier. I am the grant writer for under the City of New London Chamber, and then the school district as well. My background in grant writing is from Oshkosh Economic Development Corp, as well as in community counseling with Outagamie County as well. I live in Hortonville, so I'm not, but I originally lived in New London before we moved to Hortonville. We were here, my family was here for about a couple of years. And within that time, New London was very much growing. It was very much a really family-friendly city, and I love coming back to New London in a way to help support your economic development initiatives, as well as support our downtown businesses, our small business overall, and as well as revitalize any, I know we're looking to make downtown a lot more vibrant and bring in new initiatives and ideas, and as well as workforce readiness. So I'm excited to help champion and secure those funding resources that all of three organizations are looking forward to doing. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Is there any questions for Peyton before she walks away?
Any questions? Anyone?
Feel free to reach out. I'll stay for the meeting. I also have some business cards as well if you'd like my contact information, but otherwise I'm at the chamber office, so you can come and visit me anytime as well. Thank you,
Peyton.
Thank you.
Okay, now we will move into the public hearing regarding the selling of land in the Northeast New London Business Center to Avangrid, an energy production company. This public hearing is intended to gain feedback regarding the proposal to purchase land from the city for a substation and a maintenance facility in the city's Northeast New London Business Center. We understand this proposal is tied to a solar array project located about 2 miles north of the city in the town of Maple Creek. We also understand, based on some input heard at the open house that the developer held last week, that there are some neighbors next to the solar array that are not in support of the project. However, please understand that where the solar array is currently proposed is well beyond the city limits and outside the city's judicial authority. The only part of the project that the City of New London has any control over is whether or not to sell city property to the developer for a maintenance facility and a substation. Everyone has the opportunity to say what they want tonight, but please recognize that the intent of this public hearing is to gain feedback on a proposal to purchase property from the city. No action is intended to be taken tonight by the committee. We simply want to provide the public the opportunity to provide input as we navigate and consider this proposal. So at this time, I will open the public hearing on selling property in the city's Northeast New London Business Center. We ask that everyone who wishes to speak, please come up to the microphone, state your name and address. Keep your comments to 3 minutes or less, as it will be shown on the screen. Any public comment?
I'm Paul Zemer. I live in Maple Creek. And it's more than just a few people next to the substation that are against this thing. The vast majority of the town is against it. We've got a pretty scenic township, and these things don't look nice. Have you ever seen one of these things? There's a big one down by Brownsville on 49. I drove by that one. That's about half the size this one will be. And frankly, they look like hell. So not good for our township. It's being forced on us by a landowner who does not even live in the township. Never has. He's providing the space for the panels. Our town board is unanimously against it. It's prime farmland, class 1, a terrible use of resources. I can't think of a worse use of natural resources to cover up prime tiled class 1 farmland with 1,200 acres of panels. That's just bad use of resources. For those living near the thing, it's going to decrease property values. Who wants to buy anything next to one of these things? If you've seen one, I encourage you to check one of these out. It's going to affect wildlife and environmental impact as well. We're near the Embarrass River, part of the Wolf River watershed area as well. So my request would be that you look beyond just the money the city receive and think about the damage done to the people who actually live there. We don't live in London proper, but we're part of the community. Most of us go to school there. We shop here. Our postal address is in London. So I'd ask, don't let big money run over us. And solar energy has its place, not on prime farmland and large acreages would be our contention. I also have some comments by a neighbor who wasn't able to be here. Could I pass these to the committee?
Sure. Why don't you give to the chairman?
The chairman,
Belinda.
here. I don't know the people, so
Belinda, right?
Hello.
I wrote some of my notes. Review.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Scott Cartwright. Live in Maple Creek, have a farm. I was just curious what this substation is gonna do in the industrial park. How big is it gonna be? You got a huge substation there now already. You know, what's that all gonna, besides all the ramifications of the solar field, what's that gonna do to your industrial park? Is that gonna be like a toxic waste zone or whatever? Being so big, say, I don't know how many, does the city own the other substation that's there already? Who owns the other one? There's like 2 substations there.
There's one owned by ATC, one by New London Utilities, and one by We Energy. So there's 3 of them in that area.
So the big one's the ATC one.
Correct.
So this new one will be going right next to the ATC one. And it's gonna be as big, if not bigger.
To be determined. How's that? I don't feel comfortable answering that question.
It could be even bigger. I don't know what kind of dangers that would bring. How other businesses would want to be in that industrial park next to something that big. It's a lot of power. I mean, I'm against the solar field. Like I say, that industrial park should be, I think, used for other things besides basically a huge battery. People that live next to that too. So. Yes, that's my 2 cents worth, I guess. Thank you.
Thank you.
Paul Gitter, town of Maple Creek. I agree with everything that they said. I've been living out there 27 years. I'll be completely surrounded by these solar panels on all four sides. I'm worried about property values. It's beautiful farmland going to waste. This is a foreign-owned company, Avangrid, receiving government grants, our tax dollars, buying Chinese solar panels. We, the people of Maple Creek, aren't gonna gain anything by this. We're just gonna lose. All the big boys profit, so I'm against it. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Steve Thompson, and I also live in Maple Creek. And, there was different corridors that they wanted to come through, and obviously, we refused to let them come through. But, I'm here in support of my neighbors, and I can see what that's going to do to their properties, the ones that are right around where the solar panels are. And like they say, the majority of Maple Creek is totally against this. So I'm here to support those people. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comment?
Hi, my name is Treg First. I also live in Maple Creek, and I am pretty much on everybody's side. I'm not in favor of the solar field. I'm not really sure what the substation is all going to involve. Is there going to be anything that could happen if there was leakage? You guys have a city well right there. You also have the Aberris River that's part of the Winnebago system. Is there any dangers for that? I'm not sure. I hope you guys at least look into that. As far as the solar field itself, it's, I believe, 1,200 acres that they're going to lease to put that on. And it's some very good ag property. You have the migration comes through in the spring with the geese and the swans and the ducks and even with the deer, everything about it, not in favor. So I've lived there my whole life. Just don't want to see it. Hoping you guys can maybe stop it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there any other public comment? No other public comment. I want to thank everyone who got up and made comment. You've given us a few more things to think about, and I appreciate that. Do you have one more?
Sure.
Okay.
My name is Tori Muck, and I'm also a resident of Maple Creek. I will be completely surrounded by it on 3 sides, and I've lived there it'll be 26 years this year, so I'm totally against it. Also agreeing with everything else that they have said. And we are part of the Farmland Preservation Act, so to me, that putting solar in place would negate that Preservation Act. So please take that all into consideration as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other public comment?
I will make public comment.
Okay.
I wrote this up last week or the week before when we had our open house. At open house meeting, all the persons, Ms. Croy, Mr. Haas, and myself were there in person from 4 to 5-ish. In that time, 7 individuals showed up and talked to Avangrid. I introduced myself to those 7 and asked them where they were from. One was from the city of New London, and the rest from Maple Creek. The individual from New London didn't see a problem with the proposed project and sale. Thought it was a good idea, matter of fact. Those people from Maple Creek, one was for it, personal interests. One was not happy, one was not happy with it and was voicing his opposition that Maple Creek did not stop the project and hoped that New London would. The others did not have or give a personal opinion. And I'd like to also make the comment that I have not been approached by anybody from the city of New London other than that one person that was for it, against it. And as we see tonight, the city of New London did not show up to represent their opinion as an audience member. We did, however, have 6 Maple Creek individuals show up that all opposed it. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Mayor Mark. One last call for public comment. Seeing none, the public hearing is closed. Okay, moving on. Our next agenda item is Katie with the update on creating a new city slogan.
All right, hello committee. Thank you again for having me. I will first start up with just a little bit of an update of what I have done since our last meeting. As per the committee's recommendation, I did put out a social media video asking for input via email for different city slogan ideas from the community. And we did have a pretty good response for that. We got maybe 10, 15 people responding, but like with multiple examples of slogans. So we did have a rather large accumulation of list from residents as well as from the 2 high school classes that I was able to talk to. I was able to talk to Mrs. Porath's marketing classes and business development classes. So we had really good brainstorming sessions for that. So what I am bringing to you tonight is a list of the top 7. Top 7 city slogan ideas. I did compile this list and give it out to department heads on city staff just to help narrow it down before it got to you. And what you are seeing tonight is based on not only numerical votes, but votes on like ranking of quality as far. So I will just start by going through each of the top 7 and what we kind of saw as some pros and cons to each of those. And what I'm asking for you tonight is then after I present the top 7 is to help us narrow it down to the top 3. And then the top 3 will eventually go on next month to be voted on citywide. So after I present these top 7 to you, you will notice at your seats you have 3 stickers, 3 little dot stickers, and I have printed out the options that 3 of them are over here on the bulletin board on your right, and then on your left, there's the other 4 options. So after we talk, you can vote for your top 3. We will count the votes, and those will be the top 3 we will move forward with in this process. So, first one. This one was from you know what? No, I'm not. I was going to tell you, I was going to tell you if it came from high school class or anything else, but I'm not going to tell you so as to abstain any bias. The first one is Small Town Big Welcome. What we liked about this one, it's very short and succinct. It's warm. It's easily remembered. Cons though, you know, it's a little generic and there's a question of longevity. It may not leave opportunity for growth of City of New London if we grow bigger. The second one, Where the River Leads Home. Pros, rolls nicely off the tongue, grand sounding, it's very visual, references the Wolf River, which is central to many of the businesses and recreational activities in the city. Cons, use of river instead of wolf may be generic, but in this option, which you will see different in a later option, changing river to wolf, so it would be where the wolf leads home, sounds a little more like referencing the animal versus referencing the river. Third one, give your adventure roots. So the pros of this one, it is the only slogan option on this list that is a call to action. So it's easily translated into different marketing campaigns that could attract people to New London. The word adventure is universal, but it's easily tailored to different aspects of the city. Maybe someone's adventure is a business. Maybe someone's adventure is kayaking on the river and that's what they want to do. It's also a mixture of, it presents a mixture of what New London can offer and within the city, but also how close it is, you know, to other amenities. When this one was presented to me, it was under the idea that New London is a great location as far as you can easily go to other places that also have great things to offer. Cons on this one, it is less evocative than other options, like less emotionally evocative. You would need to rely on visuals to get the same emotion across versus something like, you know, small town, big welcome, kind of feels like a hub. Third one, I don't know why I said third. Next one, Wisconsin's hometown on the Wolf. Pros, this one's very grand and official sounding, which is nice. Cons, it is a bit long, and it's also similar to Shawano's City on the Wolf. Halfway to everywhere, right where you belong. Pros, references New London's attractiveness as a great destination to live, yet it's close to bigger cities, and it's catchy. Cons, it may put the focus on destinations outside of New London rather than inside, and it is kind of long. Next is On the River, Flowing with Pride. Pros, succinct and put together. It is evocative of, you know, the pride that residents have in our city. Cons, the word river is generic, but in this one, it could be changed to wolf without causing confusion because the word flowing kind of like, you know, evokes the image of the river. Cons, it also is similar to our current slogan, so that could be a pro or a con, depending on your opinion. And the last one I'm presenting to you is Where the Wolf Flows, Community Grows. Pros, it's very cute and catchy. It's warm and emotional, and it's universal, that's not a word. It's universal for marketing purposes, and that it could be used very much in the same way as like Give Your Adventure Roots. It's very marketable. Cons, it's kind of long. Where the Wolf Flows, Community Grows. If you say it's City of New London, Where the Wolf Flows, Community Grows. So those are the 7. I would invite, I guess, any clarifications before we go on to the voting process, if anyone would like a clarification on anything.
I've got a question on the application of whatever one it is. Where primarily are we looking at utilizing these?
So
where would they be posted or?
in a couple different ways. As I stated in the last meeting, what this came out of was an idea that we wanted to update our city sign, and someone had brought up the suggestion. It's a good idea we could update our city slogan as well, since it's not being utilized as it could be right now. So one, on the city sign that you see as you come in from 15 into New London, but also where it would be most used is, you know, any future marketing campaigns, you know, commercials, billboards, social media posts, anything to, you know, build up, economically develop the city, or attract people to live here, attract people just to come to events here, anything like that. Is that enough answer?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other clarifications? No? Okay, so now is the voting process. So as I stated before, you have 3 different stickers. If anyone doesn't have stickers, please see me. I have extras.
Do the colors?
Do you want to vote now, or do you want to abstain in case we need a tiebreaker?
Yeah, I'll abstain for a tie.
Sounds good.
Do the colors mean anything?
The colors do not mean anything. They were just the stickers we had that didn't have writing on them, so.
And if you prefer 2 over 3, you can just place 2. If you prefer 1 over 3, you can place 1. Or are you picking 3 no matter what?
We're picking 3 no matter what. So the top 3, after we tally the votes, the top 3 will then go on to the city to decide which one they like best. I guess I can talk about that now. I was going to talk about that after voting, but let me talk about that now. As we also talked about this briefly in the last economic development meeting, but the way that I foresee voting happening is, as I mentioned, not on social media, because you can't quite as much, you know, control other people from outside the city weighing in on this. So in a 2-pronged approach for this voting is putting several different voting stations around the city that would be open for like a month long, putting them at places like the Aquatic and Fitness Center, the Senior Center, the Chamber, and letting people come to those places or at events where voting can happen and casting their vote then. But also keeping in mind that some people, due to mobility, could not get out to physical places. They can also email me a vote. So that is to say, we would love to pick 3 because that's what will be presented to the public.
Could you
Yes,
quickly go through those slides again so that we can see
absolutely.
them all?
Absolutely. Oh, and also let me mention that you can take a pen up, and if you think one needs like a slight change, like changing a word or something like that, you can note that on a piece of paper as well. And now let me go back through. So the first one, small town, big welcome. I will just stay on there for a few seconds so you can read. All right, the next one is where the river leads home. Third is give your adventure roots. The fourth is Wisconsin's hometown on the Wolf. Next is halfway to everywhere, right where you belong. Next is on the river, flowing with pride. And the last one, where the wolf flows, community grows. All right, so at this time, I would invite you to cast your votes. All right, everyone has cast.
Everybody ready?
their
We're ready
votes?
to resume.
Oh, I'm holding.
Tiebreaker.
All right, everyone has casted their votes, so let me, pen, I need a pen. Thank you, Mayor Mark.
And again, in the end, this is gonna be that the committee makes a recommendation to use whatever 3 that you guys come up with, to go out and use the voting, and then in the end, the top vote would come back to this committee, and then you guys would make a recommendation to council to run with it, if you feel that's the way we should go.
Okay, so I'm just gonna grab the ones with the most votes currently. I think there may be a tie, so you may have to vote, Mayor Mark. So, top two, where the wolf flows, community grows, and where the river leads home. And then we do need a tiebreaker on the river flowing with pride and small town, okay, you chose. Okay, so the top three, thanks to the tiebreaker from Mayor Mark, is, oh my gosh, I could be a little more graceful. Where the wolf flows, community grows, where the river leads home, and small town, big welcome.
Wonderful. So if the committee feels like they would like to run with those three options and have the community vote. I guess any questions, any comments, any thoughts moving forward?
Comments on the voting process that I have proposed.
We thought it'd be easier just to kind of give everybody options instead of having someone make a recommendation out of the 7 to pick 3. So we thought this would be
No, I like this.
facilitated down. So again, you want to call them off one more time?
Yes. So, the top three that have been narrowed down from the top 7 are where the wolf flows, community grows, where the river leads home, and small town, big welcome.
Someone likes that, we would appreciate a motion and a vote to run with that, and we can go ahead with the voting of it and bring back the results from that vote back to this committee.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion made by Dave and a second by April to go with the top 3 slogans presented this evening. To approve those to move forward for community voting. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? And the ayes have it. We will move that forward to council.
Well, it'll go to voting and then the final.
Yes, thank you.
Come back here and then you guys can send that to council if you like.
Sounds good. Perfect.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for all your hard work, Katie.
Thank you.
Okay, with that having all that fun, let's move on to updates and reports, business updates from April.
Hey, April, hopefully, did you restart?
Mhm.
See if we get,
Nothing. All right, we're gonna do it without a presentation. All right, so the first update I have for you, I was made aware that there is a new business on the north side of town called Deli Mart Food and Restaurant. I do not know any details. I do have a picture here in my slideshow. I just wanted to let the committee know that I have reached out to the property owner and received the contact information. I'm just waiting on a call back. I'm hoping to get some more details and I'll be able to report on that new business soon. They are located at 1931 North Shawano Street. So more to come on that. I'm reporting on the groundbreaking that I think everybody is aware of with the New London Public Library that happened on June 10th at 5:30. We had a wonderful turnout. It's a great ceremony. Great to see things moving along with them. I'm inviting everybody in the room to a ribbon cutting at Taqueria Luciano, which is located at 214 West North Water Street. It is June 25th, which is tomorrow at noon. They shut down their business for a few months and renovated. And they would like to invite you in to see their new tequila bar. So if you would like to be part of that photo, please be there a couple minutes before noon tomorrow. Update on commercial listings since the last time that we met. I'm gonna just list off the businesses that have sold because I don't think I reported in May. I think it was to this committee anyway. Hilby's, everybody knows 106 East Wolf River Ave. Hilby's has sold. 102 North Ridge Drive, which is the former Babes, has sold. 307 West North Water Street, which was the former Olive and Rose Boutique, and then I forget Terry's business. Quick Stitches was in there as well. That has sold, and then our plaza, 300-320 Wolf River Plaza, has sold to a new owner who has promised to do some renovations. So exciting stuff. Marley's has also decreased in price. They're down to 675,000. So again, the chamber has all of those listed on our website if you're interested in getting in touch with any of those realtors.
What I think I'll do is report on the summer kickoff, because I'd really like to show those reports, if that is okay with, the committee. I have some summer kickoff night market reports, and I'd like to show the traffic reports and some photos. So if we can do that next month, that'd be great.
That'll work.
Okay. Any questions?
No more questions for April?
I have a question on the summer kickoff. That was fantastic. What a huge crowd. Are we able to tap into the county to get that?
That's what I'd like to show. I've already
Okay,
done it, and
you
I'm
did.
very
All right.
excited to show the
We've
traffic.
got it.
It's
think
just under
you-
4,000 people that came
Yeah.
into town.
I think we really got onto a neat event that people liked and came to in a big way.
You've got some pictures and stuff you'd rather show. If you give me a 30
Yeah.
seconds, I can probably find it.
Well, I'd like to just see your presentation.
Yeah.
when it comes
Yeah.
to-
Yeah.
I didn't go
If
anywhere.
we can just do it
that-
next
that-
month. I got all
that'll
kinds
be-
of photos of the fire breathers and everything. It was very, very cool show. So looking forward to 2026.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
but Johnny, we did capture that Placer AI data to get some of the statistical information, which is cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. I can't wait till next month.
Yeah, that'll be good. Thank you for putting that together. Okay. Any other questions for April? Hearing none, city administrators report. Chad?
All right, as I placed in my memo, just a follow-up from our facade grant program, the council did approve the additional $20,000 that we infused into our 2025 program. As of now, 16,000 of that has already been awarded. So this has been by far one of the most successful facade grant programs we've had for our downtown district. Again, hopefully it was because of the investments the city put into the downtown and everybody got on board with that and putting some of their own investments in the businesses. But as of now, the $20,000 that we infused, 16 of it has been awarded. Those have been 102 Cook Street, which is the Goodwater Studio that's just south of the public library and museum, roof replacement there. 300 to 320 Wolf River Plaza, as I reported, and April reported that the Wolf River Plaza is under new ownership, and from what we hear from the owner, the individual is interested in putting some investment into the building to try to bring it back to life and fill it back up with businesses, which is great to hear. He is changing the name to New London Commons. He is going to be using his facade grant for exterior painting. Then there was a facade grant at 416 North Water Street. That's Upriver Enterprises, roof replacement there. And then also at 300 Pearl Street, which is Hilby's, New London Lanes, soon to be Harvey's Restaurant and Wolf River Lanes. He's updating the awning that surrounds the bowling alley and then signage in the front, changing Hilby's to Harvey's. So those are the awards of that last round of facade grant. This leaves $4,000 remaining in the program. I've already got one person that, well, sounds like they're going to be submitting very soon. So at this point in time, we've awarded $56,000 in funding support, and that has blossomed into much more than $56,000 on the private side, which is great to hear. But I think it's notable to show that the city is definitely stepping up and supporting the downtown business community.
So to clarify, is this closed then? I just had another business reach out to me. Are we closed?
I have
that-
I got $4,000 left.
Okay,
Now, whether that's one, the max is $4,000 matching. Whether that's one or if two businesses come and ask for $2,000 each, so be it.
so closed for the remainder of the year?
Unless there's more infused, but we've infused it once. I mean,
Okay, got it.
we put $60,000 in it this year. I wouldn't want to, personally, my recommendation, I wouldn't want to tap into our reserve funds too much, but hopefully we can infuse more next year and keep the,
Totally understand.
The
I just
program.
want to make sure I'm communicating the right thing.
yep, but $4,000 left. The maximum matching is 4,000. Any other questions?
No more questions for Chad? Okay, then reviewing potential agenda items for future meetings, we will do April's presentation on the summer kickoff at the next meeting. We will, potential items are the hotel feasibility study, transportation updates, childcare updates, and housing updates. Reviewing the next meeting date. Sorry, I didn't have my calendar up. I should have.
Hey, Belinda, I just wanted to mention one thing
Oh, yes.
from from where I work, we get a magazine called Insight, and it's really, the whole purpose is connecting businesses and different, people together, and it shares businesses. It's got a wide spread, and ironically, if you look at page 20, New London's got it's got a full aerial picture of the new complex, the apartments that are going up for Soderski. And then if you flip in, once again, page 32, we've got a local business owner. So, it's for the group of, it's called 40 under 40. So they pick 40 people who are successful based on different criteria under the age of 40. I just thought it was worth noting that. I don't know if anyone has seen this, but it's got serious coverage. So
Thank you for sharing that, Bill.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of neat. So if you get a chance, take a look at it, read it. It goes into some of the success and the reason and the criteria.
You should have read it before. Anyway, no, I'm kidding. Thank you for sharing that, and yes, and congratulations to Kim on that, and congratulations to the city of New London for making it in to that magazine. That's pretty cool. Okay. Stepping back to reviewing the next meeting date would be Tuesday, July 22nd at 5:15. Are there any conflicts with that? Hearing no conflicts, we will go with that. On that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn. Oh, okay.
I got something. I'm not a member of the Economic Development Committee, but as council president, we have not heard from Maple Creek and their town board, what their view was on that solar park.
Okay.
Is that something that we should maybe have a meeting together? Because this is a big decision.
Mhm.
I'm kind of disappointed none of them were here to voice their opinion to us.
We have a hand in the back.
They are unable to attend today. They had a board of review previously scheduled.
Thank you for letting us know that.
We didn't know that. I'm just stating that we don't know their view. Any one of you can say anything on behalf of them, and we don't know that that's true. I think it would be nice to have, maybe, I don't know what you think, Chad, or anybody else thinks.
It's whatever you want to do.
I am the town treasurer, and I would agree that that's an excellent idea.
I mean, this is a huge decision, obviously, one way or another. And I know you're separate than us, but we still are a community, and
Trying to keep us apart.
I think we should definitely try to make something happen.
If it's okay with Belinda, then I will
Belinda.
reach out to the town board, invite them to the meeting. I don't think it's a matter for another public hearing. It's a matter of inviting that group, that input and the discussion. So I can definitely reach out to them and see if they're available and interested for that.
I would absolutely welcome that.
Mhm.
Absolutely. And my only concern was if we were to have a separate meeting, that we venture into the territory of two boards venturing into walking quorums. And we have to be very careful about that. So, but inviting them to express their opinions as an agenda item, I would be absolutely in full support of that. So we can put that backing up to potential agenda items. We would absolutely be willing to do that.
So if their meetings are on this, if they mimic ours on the 4th Tuesday of every month,
Ours are the second Monday of the month.
Okay, you just had a board of review meeting.
Yep.
Just had a board of review.
Okay.
Which is not every month.
Yeah, I was wondering if there's a conflict, how would we?
Well, they wouldn't have a conflict next month if they were willing to come in, is what I'm hearing from the
Our
treasurer.
next board meeting- next monthly board meeting, July 14th.
Thank you. Okay. Any other open discussion items?
Do we need a motion on that, Chad, or just
We'll just schedule it.
just point her towards?
We'll
Okay,
reach out and then
Okay.
Belinda obviously approves the agenda. So
Mhm.
all right, thanks.
So, okay. Hearing no other questions, comments, concerns, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Tim, second by Dave. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?